Welcome to the Align Life podcast by yours truly, Dr. Tiffany. How about we get out that magnifying glass and look at every part of your life, the awesome, the suck, and everything in between. There's so much beauty in you. Stop being afraid of what isn't good enough and let's double down on what is together. It's about your truth in your life, aligned. Welcome back, guys. It's Dr. Tiffany from the Align Life podcast. And today's topic, does your crotch hurt sitting on that fence? So just visualize this with me. There's a mean, scary dog and you are running through the yard. And the only way out is this chain link fence. You know that you need to leap into that fence. Your foot has to find the little square and it needs to push yourself up and over. Your legs need to whip out and you're going to be safe. But instead, you're scared, you're panicked. You get to that first square, you take another step because you're like, woof, there's no way I'm going to make this over. And then you push off with that foot and it kind of gets stuck. So you get one leg over, but crap or shit, you're on your crotch. Let's figure out where that resembles your life. Where are you sitting on your crotch, not making a decision to get over? And although it's really painful there, in the middle, you're not sure how to get to the other side, or you aren't stepping into power, confidence, and strength to know that you can get to the other side. So here's what I know in my experience that may help you get off this fence. Number one, are you using the same level of thinking to get over the fence than it took to get up and stuck on the fence? So, in other words, are you thinking the same way to get through this problem than it took to get to this problem or challenge or whatever you consider this to be? Anything that you're just spinning your wheels, anything that might be painful and you just don't feel like you have enough confidence to take the first step. Anything that feels like you're sitting on your crotch on the top of a fence. So if you are using the same level of thinking, which you likely are, otherwise you wouldn't be in the fence anymore, what would happen if you would think about the one question? What is the worst thing that could happen right now? What is the worst thing that could happen if I attempt to take that first step to get out of this painful place? And if you're writing things down, I would suggest to write things down, get it out of your conscious brain. And if you're writing things down and you're like, wow, there's not a lot of worst case scenarios here. I've made this a lot worse. Or you look at your list and you're like, whoa, this is scary stuff. Then I would ask yourself, is this true? Because as soon as you determine with a different level of thinking, if this statement is true, why I can't get through this painful challenge, you will start to up-level your mind because you're going to be looking for solutions. Number two, are you decision fatigued? Meaning, are you tired of making decisions? And in the process of being tired of making decisions, you stop making decisions because you're like, oh my goodness, I need to just settle here. I need to not think. I need to do whatever you need to do to kind of zone out, check out. Well, just a reminder that not making a decision is a decision. And if not making a decision to get over the fence is still a decision, why wouldn't you get uncomfortable for a hot second and jump over? So when we're decision fatigued, goes with our thinking parts a bit. What if we were to think about 3 times down the road in mindset? What if you were to think 3 times bigger than where you are right now? You would inevitably see that this is just a little molehill. But in order to get through this molehill, you have to have a different level of thinking, and you need to make decisions from growth and not fear, not lack, not struggle. Because if you're thinking about how to get over this fence and you're like, oh, well, I suppose once I get over this fence, I'm going to have another one to climb. I mean, what's the big deal? That's not going to get you to that next level of life that you want to go to. And number 3, how do you change your brain to not be scared? How do you change your brain to not be stuck in procrastination? How do you change your brain to want to just stay in your comfort zone? How do you change your brain away from thinking, doing, to like, oh, but what is possible here? Well, you got to get the stressy brain to go to bed every now and then. You got to get the tired brain to have some energy, and you need to get balance in your left and right brains. That analytical doing and that creative being. Those are the very basic descriptions of left and right brain. I'm leaving out a lot, I understand. But we cannot have chaos and calm at the same time. We can't have disconnect and progress at the same time. We can't have fear and growth at the same time. So we have to train our brain. We have to train our mind, and we need to train our brain. So to get out of the stressy brain, the thinking, the doing, the task lists, the, oh my gosh, I have so much to do. Now I'm tired, so I'm not going to make a decision. And how did I even get here? And I just want to go watch a movie and binge watch Netflix. That is the stressy brain talking, and it just wants to numb. Numbing will not get you over the fence. Numbing will just make you not feel it, not feel the physical pain between your brain and your body. So a few things you can do to change your brain. 2 minutes of exercise, movement, changes your brain. 2 minutes of jumping jacks, 2 minutes of jump squats, 2 minutes of high knees, 2 minutes of burpees, 2 minutes of dancing. Breathing, 1 minute of breathing, 2 minutes of breathing, 3 minutes of breathing changes your brain. And ask anyone who does a before and after of a 2-minute breath exercise. It is dramatically different because it's grounding yourself in the internal and not focused on the external, the chaos. Meditating, and I don't mean like sitting there crisscross applesauce with thumbs and ring fingers touching. It doesn't have to be like that. You can do that in the car. Well, not when you're driving, but you can do that resting in your car. You can do that in the bathroom, on the toilet at work if you need a reset. There's so many things that we can do to change our brain that we have access to any moment. Grounding exercises, like how do you actually take yourself from being so stuck in the clouds to like, okay, I feel rooted, I feel grounded, I feel like I can make a decision and move forward. Other things, hang out with your animals, talk to your animals. Listen to music. Color with your right hand, color with your left hand, draw with your right hand, draw with your left hand, or dominant, non-dominant. Journal. A simple question at the top of a journal page. Why do I feel like this? Easy. Because journaling is an intuitive exercise. It's not anything that requires perfection. And when we continue to tell ourselves that, like, oh, I don't do it because I feel like it needs to be perfect, that's just self-sabotage. Like, it seriously will take you 2 minutes. Pull out the pen and paper and do it. Pull out the computer and do it. Pull out the voice recorder on your phone and talk into it. Complain into it. Say all the names that you need to say into that so that it comes out of your conscious brain. Having fun, laughing, doing the things with the people that lift you up, that light you up. Hobbies, if you don't have any, like, what are those things that just make you feel good? And it could be something for 5 minutes. It could be learning something new. It could be playing pinochle with your friends that you haven't played in 15 years. So those are all very simple ways to change your brain, and you change your brain fast in those. So if you feel like you're swimming, if you feel like you are struggling making a decision, if you feel like your mindset is just like stuck in negative Nelly, do something to change your brain. You can't expect anything to change if you just say, wow, that's not working. I'm just going to sit and watch movies now. This must be how it is. Everyone else is stressed. No. In order for us to be the best for ourselves and everyone else around us, which it seems like we want to do that before we want to be better for ourselves, we need to take care of us. We need to realize that we have all the tools we need in there. So when you're sitting on the top of a fence and you're stuck, change your mindset to know that you can get off there and you can get over any freaking fence. Make the decision to get off and do differently next time. And in order to do all that, that brain needs to move and it needs to change. So I talk about the difference, not necessarily the difference, but taking a step or taking a leap. Sometimes, there's this, what's the saying? The turtle, slow and steady wins the race. Slow and steady wins the race. Well, Tiff doesn't do slow and steady that well. And I understand parts of your life can and are better being slow and steady. But I also give you permission to go like hell, to jump as far as you can, to make a really big decision, to trust that, like, oh my gosh, I actually want to take this leap. Because you got all these people saying, oh, don't go too far, getting a little dangerous. Are you sure you know the risk factors? What if it doesn't work? What are you going to do then? I don't like that. I don't like when they tell me that. So where do you need to take steps and be slow and steady in the systems and procedures of your life, of running a household, of running a business, of delegating to the people that run that better? But then you, the CEO of your family, the CEO of your business, the CEO of your life, need to take some freaking leaps. What would happen if you would just leap to the 10x mindset, leap past the decision of right now? Take care of yourself better, take care of your brain better, your body better, so it doesn't continue to give these signs and signals that it's stressed. Because when your GoPro, that light that goes on your forehead, when you turn that light on, it'll show you where to go. It'll show you the path. And that light is you. That light is in you. Make it brighter. Don't get stuck on the fence and have your crotch hurt. Make a decision, think differently, change your brain so you continue to take steps or leaps towards the life that you really want to live. I would love your feedback. I would love to know, where in your life are you sitting on the fence? Where is it painful enough for you to get off? What has helped you get off? And what does life look like now? I would love to hear your stories, because that's what gives hope to other people having the courage to do what you do, which is why we all need to have our GoPros on. There's people that haven't found theirs, and they're looking for you to shine the light down that path so they can uncover it for themselves. Thanks for listening, guys. And as always, I love you millions. Thanks for listening to the Align Life podcast. Once again, this is Dr. Tiffany. And if you're looking for hope, if you're looking for health, if you're looking for healing for you or your family, follow us on Facebook, Healing Touch Chiropractic. Or if you want a more personal approach, email me, DM me. I think that's what Instagram's called, Dr. Tiffany at htchiro.com, or go to our website, htchiro.com. Contact us, request an appointment. We are here for you. We are anxious to help you see what gifts are inside of you and how healing can totally transform your life.